C. Bishop takes h6. If g takes h6, queen takes h6 check. King g8. And then, okay, is this working? Oh, wait. Okay, let's think about it properly. Hello, welcome to ChesSA. I'm playing against Sven, chess.com's 1100 rated bot. I'm white. I'll play e4. Sven plays e5. Knight f3 attacking the pawn. Knight c6 defending it. Let's play bishop c4. Bishop c5. By the way, this is called as Italian game and bishop c5 is Geico piano game. Just telling you the name, okay? You don't need to remember, just for your information. We can play knight c3. We can castle. Either move is fine. Let's go for knight c3. Knight f6. Okay, so far we have symmetrical position. Pawn, pawn, knight, 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 bishop, bishop. Let's play d3. You can play castle as well. d6. Okay. Okay, I'll castle. Knight to h5. Okay, doesn't look like a good move. And by the way, this is a mistake. I'll have to check it after the game, but I guess it's a mistake. And can you find the winning idea? Can you find the best continuation for white from this position? I'll give you a hint. Discovered attack. We can win a pawn. Ready? Knight takes e5. And after you recapture, doesn't matter which way you recapture, I'll take the knight and will be up a pawn. So knight takes e5. Knight takes, okay. And I'll take the knight. Knight takes c4, okay. We'll recapture. Castle. So now we are up a pawn. Okay, we have extra pawn. Fine. Now let's just develop normally. Okay, so where do we put this bishop? Bishop g5. If bishop g5, then f6. And we'll have to move the bishop again. If bishop f4, the bishop is not doing much, but it's completely safe there. And it cannot be moved immediately by black. If bishop e3, then okay, that's not a good move because bishop takes e3, f takes e3, and we will have doubled isolated pawns. That too on this semi-open file, which black can target like this. So bishop e3 is not at all a good move. So we can play bishop d2 or bishop f4. Let's play bishop f4. Bishop d7. Okay, let's bring our rooks to the central files. h6. Okay, obviously not a threat at all. And now the question is, how do we proceed? Now the question is, how do we proceed? Okay, this queen looks a little bit misplaced, right? So let's bring it back. And then, or okay, we can first play rook e1, putting the rooks on the central files as we are already planned. Are you looking at the same move that I am thinking about? Haha. C. Bishop takes h6. If g takes h6, queen takes h6 check. King g8. And then, okay, is this working? Oh, wait. Okay, let's think about it properly. Maybe this is a good move. I don't know. Otherwise, a safe option is okay. Tell me, if not bishop h6, what will you play that will make the threat of bishop takes h6 even stronger? See, now we have already seen that bishop takes h6, g takes h6, queen takes h6, king g8, and then we don't have any other immediate move that will finish the game off, that will checkmate the king, right? So that's right, we can play knight d5 first, and then if black is not careful, we can play bishop takes h6, g takes h6, queen takes h6 check, king g8, and knight f6. That will be, that won't be checkmate as such, but yes, you will have to lose your queen. Okay, the problem is that knight d5, c6, and then bishop takes h6, c takes d5. But again, we don't really have any follow up as such, I guess. King will be able to escape. So we can play rook d3 first. Or, okay, let's think about this. Takes, king moves. And now knight f6. Knight d5. The threat of knight f6. But there will be this move. f5 or f6. In which case, we will play queen g6 check, king to h8, and then rook d3, rook lift. The problem is that the bishop is controlling this h3 square, so we can't play rook h3 to checkmate. In that case, we won't give queen g6 check. Oops. We won't play queen g6 check. Maybe then if he plays f6 only, we can play rook d3. But then he'll play king f7. Please note, queen is not on h5, queen will be on h6. Okay, so he can play king f7. And in that case, we don't really have anything strong as such. Nah, we don't really have anything. Now see, there is no timer for this game, so I'm taking this much time, but otherwise I would have simply played knight d5. See, we are already a piece up, sorry, a pawn up, right? So after bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, we will have 3 pawns for a piece. So that's already good, not bad. We can also play rook d3, by the way. So let's go for it. I guess this should work. Wow, great. Obviously, this is not a good move. Obviously not. And can you tell me why? Okay, pause and try to find out winning move. Ready? Yes, the queen is lined up against the king. The bishop is cover, so we discover, remove the cover. This will give check, and the bishop will attack the queen. Okay, I will undo the move and give Maria another chance to play g takes h6. Hush. Okay, queen takes h6 is forced, right? Queen takes h6 check, king to g8, and now rook d3 or knight d5. Okay, let me calculate You also calculate again. See, against rook d3, the response is forced. You have to move the pawn. Against knight d5 as well, the response is forced f6 or f5. Okay, I guess I've got the answer. Rook d3. Doesn't matter what you play, it's gonna be over. Okay. Um, okay, let's play rook d3. We'll see what happens. I've calculated actually, so oh man. I mean, play f6 or f5. That's the most critical response. Bishop takes f2 is not critical response. Obviously, I'll win. Ah. Okay, fine. I will show you that after the game. King takes f2. Bishop to g4. Okay. Still not a good move. I mean, it's still losing. Yes, rook g3. f5. Yes, supporting the bishop. On the next move, black can take and give me check. So how do I stop this? One way is to just move the king. Another way is to just push the pawn forward. Both look good. I guess this is simpler. Okay, we can just play h3 and win the bishop. That will be winning, obviously. But let's just play takes f5. If rook takes f5, then rook takes g4. We win the bishop. And if queen f6, we can take and then take, but let's take because I guess we can use the king because we can use the queen to deliver checkmate. And yes, actually that was gonna happen. If not queen g6 or queen g7, then king f7 and queen h7 leaves black with no choice but to block with queen, and again queen takes g7, that will be checkmate. So yeah, checkmate is gonna happen. Queen g6, and now queen takes queen, and then we play this, and that's checkmate. Wow, wow, what a game. Okay, let's analyze this with the help of engine. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, knight c3, knight f6. So far so good, no problem at all. Castle. Yep, this was a bad move. Oh, oh shit, actually I missed this. Knight g5 would have been better because now you are threatening knight takes f7, forking queen and rook, as well as you are threatening this move. Okay, so yeah, this would have been even more lethal. Instead we went for this, which is roughly equal position. Okay, yes, we win a pawn, but still it's roughly equal. I completely missed knight g5. Yep. Knight takes e5, but keep in mind that such tactic often occurs. Okay, In this position, knight g5 was better, but sometimes knight g5 is not possible. Sometimes the opponent has already castled. So in such case, knight f7 is not really threat, right? In that case, knight takes e5 is the move. Okay. This is common tactic. Opponent plays such move, and then you move the knight, capture a pawn, sacrifice the knight basically, and win it back like this. Knight takes e5, knight takes e5, queen takes h5, knight takes c4, pawn takes, castle, um, bishop f4. The position is roughly equal, but yeah, we are pawn up. Yes, computer says it's roughly equal, but you have to prove it on the board, right? And it's not easy to prove it as black. Okay, bishop d7, bringing the rook, bringing the rooks to the central files, and this is a mistake. Yes, and that's the reason why you should not move pawns in front of your king, because they weaken your castle. Okay, this is strong, this is weak, because then you give opponent a chance to sacrifice a piece, open up your king, and then your king becomes an easy target. Okay, also these moves are bad from the point of view that white can play g4 g5 and then can exchange, right? So this is like a hook, this pawn is like a hook. Okay, you can play g4 g5 and basically you're offering an exchange. Okay, black will not trade himself, but then white can trade, right? And again, after pawn takes, g file is open, your king is again exposed. So don't play moves like this unless necessary. h6 was completely unnecessary move. Okay, black could have played other moves like bishop e6 targeting this pawn, right? But in the game we had this h6 move, not a good move. We played this, king moves, and now bishop takes h6 is the best move according to engine. Yep, and we play it. Yes, g takes h6. Okay, not a good move. uh, the best try would have been g6 or king g8, but obviously that's still losing. G takes h6, queen takes h6 check, good move, right move, king g8. And now, okay, yes, there are two moves, rook d3 and knight d5. Both are good, but rook d3 seems to be slightly better, but it's completely fine. And now, bishop takes f2. Okay, the critical response would have been to play f6 or f5. Okay, um, the computer is suggesting moves like bishop g4, bishop takes f2, queen h4 also. Okay, queen h4 is the third best move according to engine. So it's that bad, the position is that bad. um, he played bishop takes f2, right? What if bishop g4? Again, same story. Rook g3, you pin the bishop to the king, and then you can win it back very easily with a great attack with moves like knight d5, etc. What if f6? There are two moves. Queen g6 is the best one, second best is rook g3. I had calculated this. Rook g3 check, only move king f7. Obviously, you can play this move, but rook takes g4. So, king f7, and then you play rook g7 check. Now, if king e6, then queen h3, and I stopped my calculation here because it looks like black will soon get mated. So I did not calculate it further. It's already pathetic position. And if king goes back, king to e8, then it's even faster. Queen g6 check, rook comes, and then queen takes f7, checkmate. Okay, so not f6, and with f5 also the same story. Rook g3 check, king f7, and then again rook g7 check, king moves, only move king e8, queen check, rook moves, that's mate. By the way, there is faster mate, queen g6 check, king moves, and then knight d5, that's faster, right? uh, but actually in both cases, f6 and f5, okay, queen g6 check, the idea is to bring the king to the corner, drive the king to the corner of the board, and especially to this edge. And um, wait, what's the idea? Queen h5 check, king g7. Oh, nice. Oh, see the maneuver. Nice. See, what's the problem? The problem with rook g3 is that black king can escape from f7. We already have seen that that's not problem as such. We still managed to win the game. We still managed to uh, checkmate, right? But can we arrange the position in such a way that this king can't escape from f7? It turns out we can. If we are able to keep the queen on h5 and then play rook g3, the queen from h5 square will cover f7, as well as it will cover these squares just the way it is covering from h6 square, and that will be checkmate. Just that black will play bishop g4, but then will just take, and that will be checkmate. So we maneuver queen g6 check, only move king h8, and now we give queen h5 check. Okay, and doesn't matter where you place your king, g7 g8 doesn't matter, let's say g8. Now we play rook g3 check, and now you can't escape from here because the queen is controlling the square. So bishop g4, rook takes g4, and that's checkmate. Nice. Okay, but in the game we have bishop takes f2, and it's fairly easy. There are many moves, there are many good moves. Knight d5 is move, rook g3 is also good move, f5, but okay, again here there are many good moves. You can play knight d5, knight d5 is also playable, queen g6 check. Yeah, but we played king g1, simple, getting out of any possible checks, and still we are threatening to win this bishop with move like h3, and obviously still there are threats. a6, obviously not a good move. E takes f5, rook takes g4. Yep. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and learned something from it, do like the video and share it with your chess friends. I'll keep making videos like this where I explain my thought process while I play the game, so that you get practical insights as to how to apply what you learn in a real game setting. That's it for this video. Signing off.